Hi everyone, my name is Marta Torin and I'm the Science Outreach Coordinator here in the Department of Geological and Environmental Sciences at App State. I'm in the rock repository right now. This is where everyone keeps their research samples. So all the scientists go out in the field and collect all kinds of rocks and minerals and dirt, and this is where they bring it back to store it. And as you can see, we have all kinds of tools and lots of boxes and lots of drawers. So you can see right behind me all the drawers with little labels, which is where people store their research samples. Hi everyone, this is Mr. Love and he's the Research Operations Manager here at the Department of Geological and Environmental Sciences at Appalachian State University, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about what he does on a regular day.
Well, a lot of my job is helping to set up labs for the classes, but I also do research preparations with the professors to help them with their research. So what we're doing is making a very thin slice of a rock called a thin section.
All right, so we're going to just see Mr. Love in action. So why would you need to look under the microscope at a thin section of a rock, Mr. Love?
We do this in order to determine how thick this section is. I'm trying to grind it till it's 1/3000th of 1 millimeter thick. And so we have to use a microscope to help us to determine how thick it is.
And why do you want it so thin?
At that thickness, light gets refracted by minerals within the rock, and that allows us to see what minerals are in the rock and how they're arranged.
All right, well, we'll let you go about your day. Thank you, Mr. Love. All right, we're going to meet one of the professors here in the department. So this is Dr. Armstrong. This is his office.
Hi, how's it going?
So do you want to tell us who you are and what you do for a job?
Sure. So my name is Billy Armstrong. I'm a professor here at Appalachian State. As a professor here and earth scientist, I do research on glaciers, how glaciers move and change in a warming climate. I use technology like GPS surveying equipment that we actually put out on glaciers. It's like the GPS in your phone. It tells you where to go, but these ones track where the glacier is going. So I do that kind of thing for research, and I teach courses on things like engineering geology, how geology affects human-built structures, and I also teach classes on how to write for an environmental scientist and things like that, work with students on research, and yeah, so my day-to-day life is a mix of those things, doing research, teaching, and interacting with students and colleagues.
Great. So we see that you have a lot of different equipment here that you take on the field with you. What about you? You seem also to do a lot of stuff with computers, right? So what would I think most people think of scientists as being out in the field all the time, but then you have to come back. And what kind of things do you do on the computer?
Yeah, I use a lot of satellite imagery, where I will use satellite imagery that we've been collecting since the 1980s. We've had satellites flying over the Earth, taking pictures of the Earth's surface, and I use that kind of satellite imagery to study how the Earth is changing over time. We have really great records from people going out into the field and collecting data, really detailed data at a field site, but it's really important to complement that data or to add to it by having a zoomed out perspective where we use things like satellite imagery to study how the Earth is changing over a larger scale as well. So those two things go hand in hand, getting out in the field, actually looking at the Earth, but then also using technology to look at the Earth from above, which is taking a while to load, but I'm looking at glaciers and how the lakes that form downstream of these glaciers are changing over time.
Hi everyone, I'm here in the Rock Garden at App State University. It's one of our outdoor geology labs where students come and do all kinds of observations on the rocks, which are actually representatives of a lot of different rocks in the Appalachian Mountains. You can see it's a nice walk, and we are going to meet Dr. Carmichael, who is a geologist here, and she is holding a lab during COVID time. It's in the parking lot, but we're going to meet her and she's going to tell you what she does for a job.
Hi, I'm Sarah Carmichael. I'm a geology professor at Appalachian, and I study rocks and how rocks are made in different environments. And this is my lab that I'm teaching right now. They are identifying rocks that either come out of volcanoes or are frozen underneath the volcano. They're beginner geologists in training, or people who are just interested in geology, who are not necessarily going to go on to geology, but just want to know more about the Earth.
Great. Well, thank you. We're going to walk around and see what they're doing. Thanks, Dr. Carmichael.
You can use them more than once. When you can see how there's two different colors, but they can still be gray. Remember, color is not always the thing that
This is Bree Hivner, and she is a senior here at App, and she's a geology major, and she is going to tell us what she's doing with this cool looking microscope. So Bree, what are you doing?
Hey guys, I'm Bree. I am using the CL microscope to look at alteration to rock. This helps me look at past environments. I'm looking at the past extinction, and this helps us understand past extinctions and future extinctions. So that's what I'm doing.
Nice. So you're basically looking for clues in rocks. You're looking at rocks, seeing how they may have changed over millions of years, and that is going to give us a clue about how animals lived or how organisms lived back then, and maybe what are some causes for why some of these organisms became extinct.
Yes.
All right. So what do you want to do after you graduate? So you're a senior, you're about to go out into the real world. What would you like to do with this?
Yeah, I'm a senior, and I'm hoping to go to grad school to do research, because that's my favorite part about school. And if I make it all the way through, I hope to be a professor. But if I don't make it through, I'm probably going to work for the petroleum industry to help with more environmental ways to get energy.
Great. Okay, so there's options for people that want to do more schooling, or they want to go right into the industry and start working. Thanks, Bree. Good luck.
Yeah, bye guys.